Lanar. Hello, hello. Interviewing the ancient spirit Tralaka, unraveling ancient understandings. And each video gets harder and harder pushing the understandings. So, let's go. Well, thank you, Rift Galar. I told you before, don't start the interview while you're still munching on cookies. Anyhow, here I am again, Tranaka, well, in spirit. Today I'm going to revisit a few things we have talked about, Rift. Those share now with the awakening spirit humans and area spirit beings who may be visiting, and also our listeners and watchers of the videos. Let us dive deep, my friends, to more of the understanding of the living, multidimensional universe. As an ancient, I will clearly tell you the best as I can. As with any past life or experiences with different species and dimensions, working with them, I have never once seen or watched or heard any hard evidence from any species of them reaching the last of the incredible amount of living multi-universes. I have never read or saw any report from a species, from my own connections, who is known to have intensely high dimensional sciences, and they use that to explore and figure out how things work. They've gone out so far into the multi-universe that, but still yet they can't, they told me they have never reached an area in any direction where it stops. It just continues with the same cycle. There is always more. The very best understanding I was ever told by another ancient who used his very high sciences to traverse the living multi-universe is this. I will explain this as simply as I can. The living multi-universe, 1, is alive. 2, is mysterious always. 3, mysteriously works always for balance within herself, meaning the living multi-universe. Now, from a remote angle, I will explain some of the construction. The living multi-universe is like a sphere Rubik's Cube. For the sake of simplicity, I will say that this living multi-universe sphere Rubik's Cube has 1,000 cubes on each row, up, down, back, front, sideways, and they can interlock way deep on the inside, moving. Okay, understand this? Now, while within the vastness of this grand sphere formation, each one of these sphere cubes is a local universe. The living multi-universe sphere cube within each cube living this local universe, the up and down is higher and lower dimensions. The back and front is past and future part of your living universe. While understanding, and here's the key part, is understanding the 14 signs of the full zodiac. It is not 12, it is 14. I know what the other two symbols are, and I believe I talked about them already. They are accurate and factual. This understanding needs to be understood to understand for beings to be able to grow in these sacred higher sciences and learn to use that zodiac to be able to slip in between the cubes and travel vast distances and also tap energy out for even their ships. Okay, the next point here is In between each individual sphere cube is this void space I was just starting talking about. Very hard, very dark. No known planets within these spaces of void. However, higher science worlds, as I have been led to understand, have used that void space many times to travel massive distances in relative short times. It appears in the meaning I was told and shown within the void space, the mathematics work differently, and travelers need to understand that math first to make sure their vessels can adapt that math into their vessel's computer system radar, or they will get lost and probably not found anytime soon. This is where the live interlink of the living multi-universe comes in. Each individual life, for the most part, which has a living spirit within, or let's say a sentient being, being different understanding, uh, who have moved into a robotic form. And understand there is many forms of sentient robotic species uh, in parts of the living multi-universe. Still, they do have an uplink to the living multi-universe. This is the dynamic reason why for within each of the explained being's life is also a microsized cube. It is through its connection with the individual inner spirit, which inner spirit uses to grow to understand past, present, future, happening within the individual life. It is through this spirit humans daydreaming, dreams at night, fantasies, this upward travel kicks in for out-of-body experience and with very advanced meditations and so forth. Though this never looks like a cube at the time, it is still there. It is the same thing for animal spirits and crystal spirits, the living multi-universe. Now, under the understanding of why so many species of ancient beings talk of a living, mysterious multi-universe, they talk of their understanding it is alive and very deeply honored, respected by many advanced species, but not as a being which must be worshipped or is a being that is anger issued or needing blood rivers of innocent sacrifice. And understanding, though they have in this their own words, that this incredible living multi universe is extremely complex in her mysterious ways, continually in her way moves different species to a different species in different worlds, this way interacting with that way from one lifetime to another. The uplink here is the variables of length to width to depth of time variables on the application to which that clock is ticking. And that is deep honorable respect advanced species have for the living multi-universe. They have seen, they have big sections of the local multi-universe, so many different species whose worlds run on this time rate or that time rate or virtually no time at all, and yet all of those variables are contained within one of the universes, or multiple, it depends. This amazes even the much higher beings that this can have this complexity. Spirit humans, many on Earth, now would so benefit with the understanding of this live, living, multi-universe. This would greatly simplify their lives to one which has much more structure. Each planet, each natural moon, sun, is also a living aspect within the multi-living universe, micro size, I should say, macro size. I'll get back to the other one later. Each planet, natural moon, sun has its own Gaia, a living aspect in micro concept within the macro living universe. The advanced species who are the planets, moon, sun, etc., understand the Gaia ways and understandings between the Gaia and themselves will have this very healthy relationship which enhances their life's experience because it is a win-win scenario. On Earth, the hidden government and groups work hard to try to keep the Earth species disconnected from our own Gaia. This immediately needs to change to truly help Gaia's healing and unlock her dimensional locks, which were put on her to keep her from bringing this species, which is us, spirit humans, into the fourth and fifth dimension. This is the ancient spirit Tralaka. Have a good evening. Back to you, Rift Galadar. Well, thank you, Tralaka. Whoa! I think I myself also will have to listen to his presentation a couple times. Whoa! Heavy wording. Wow. Alright, this is Rift Galadar. Have a good night. Take care.